because he's one of my favorite characters in Street Fighter 6. In fact, he's like always been a one of the characters that I've always tried to add to my list, like of characters that I use. Like, you know what I'm saying? I always thought he was an underrated character. I don't think enough people gave him credit. I think like I had a lot to do with like probably the best Blanca player in HD Remix was probably me. I'm not gonna lie, doing the electricity um with the buttons, like mashing the buttons was extremely hard. But his rainbow ball, the point I was trying to make was of this video was when he does the quarter circle back with two kick, and it at any time during those active frames, it actually collides with the opponent and hits them. You know, it keeps them there in that animation for like a lot longer. I don't know exactly what the perfect time is, but enough time that you can actually charge the up ball and add more damage to it. I don't personally like to add a second rainbow ball. I know that was one of the trials with Blanca's to do two rainbow balls back to back in the corner after like a drive impact with the doll setup. Um I think it looks cool as fuck though, but I would much rather the Blanca ball, rainbow ball specifically, the quarter circle back kick with two buttons, or all of them, all even the regular one needs to be tweaked, like a little bit. Like I don't think that like at point blank range when someone's like trying to jab you, you should be able to just throw it out and it works. Like I like that a lot of the special moves in Street Fighter, you can just kind of like jab them out of it. Like, nope, that's not working. It's not happening. I kind of like that, like sometimes, not all the time. Like I feel like there's special moves with Kimberly that just don't get enough priority, like especially later on during the run. I think it is challenging, but I don't think it's impossible. I mean, two of the three options she has are standing. And even though I like to block crouching, because I feel like you have enough time to block the overhead if she does go for it. I'm pretty sure she's safe on block after that. And for good reason. And for good reason. I wish the EX version of the overhead and the two-hitter kick, I think he does a two-hitter kick as well. Low and high. I don't think there's that third option now I'm looking for, but yeah, that could hit longer so you could charge the up Blanca ball, like the Blanca ball that goes up, like flash kick. That could use a lot more time. Like that's another change I would make to the game. And Blanca's rainbow balls normally. But I would add, I don't know if it's still available, but I find it way harder to do. I don't know if they took it away. That Blanca no longer has projectile invincibility on his EX command grab, quarter circle forward with two kick. He no longer has projectile invincibility, although I do believe he does need it. I think he would be too good if he could just full screen like EX Blanca ball you like he could in Street Fighter 4. But I do believe that he does need it on his EX command grab for sure. The way it was in Street Fighter 5, especially even on Wake Up, you could not throw projectiles at Blanca on Wake Up. At the moment where he's like getting off the ground, like you can't throw projectiles at that. You know what I'm saying? No doubt about it. I love the way they designed it like that. Like that was very good. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? I'm beginning to like the Blanca ball. I feel like Blanca kind of really needs like to be broken, but he kind of has to earn it unless you like kind of catch your opponent sleeping a little bit. Like there's a lot of high level players that don't like to do nothing when they have the lead. So like I find that like as a prime opportunity to throw it out there, especially if I'm full screen. Maybe not against M Bison, unless I know for a fact it's a hard knockdown setup. there's certain characters that I won't do it on it, but like there's certain characters that I will absolutely do it. Like Zangief, I absolutely will do it. Full screen, I absolutely will throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's not too bad what he could do to me. Full screen. Like he might get lucky and get a counter hit sweep that doesn't really lead to nothing. Highly doubt full screen he'll be able to crouching medium kick you though. So he probably get the hard kick. He might be able to get the run. I think it's very unlikely at the highest level that he's going to do a full screen running grab, bear grab. You know what I'm saying? But I would love for them to change that. I feel like I wouldn't mind if the Blanca ball damage was reduced. Like when the Blanca ball is included within a combination. Like let's say I counter my opponent while EX Blanca ball is a Blanca doll, not ball, doll. When it down punch. When I do EX electricity on it, I would reduce the damage that any combo does during that moment. But I love that he kind of has it as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's too overpowered, but it can feel like that, especially when you have no meter. Like, say your prayers if you have no meter with Blanca. Just like I say your prayers with Kimberly if you have no meter. Bye bye. It's over. It's all over. But that's very likely at the highest level as well. So like I'll leave it at that. I just really wanted to make a quick video. I tried to play online, but no one was really playing online. I'm sure most people have real jobs. I don't plan on getting one, and I have my reasons. I did before, and I did care about working hard before, but they didn't appreciate it. You know, my employer did not appreciate it back then. A lot of them didn't. And, you know, it just kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. And I kind of, especially with all the other stuff I figured out, like, I kind of, like, I think I'm just going to sit back like a lot of these other people do and just, like, relax. You know what I'm saying? But I'll leave it at that, though. You know, I hope Capcom's developers really understand that. You know what I mean? Like, I really took a lot of time to, like, point out what I felt like may or may have not been, like, what I felt was Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I felt like Street Fighter was no longer present, I was like, wait, hold up. Like, hold the fuck up. Like, why can't I do that no more? Like, I understand, like, in a lot of ways, like, I know EX Blanca Electricity is nowhere near as good as it used to be. Especially, like, during, like, you know, Street Fighter 4. I don't know. I like Blanca a lot, though. I always have. But, like, I don't think enough people give Blanca his props. Like, he's up there. He's up there. He might not be, like, JP status, where it's like, fuck. Like, can I do anything? Like, but, like, he's on that type of shit where, like, if he gets you knocked down one time, he could easily turn it into a win. Like, when he gets that knockdown, you got to really be careful. Not as much as before, but, like, if they were to tweak a few things with, like, let's say for Guile's projectile a little bit, and Chun-Li, and, like, I would still make a few more changes to that as well. Like, especially the zoning of Guile and Chun-Li. I think Chun-Li will ultimately be okay. I think my regular projectile should be respected. But when she throws EX projectile, I'm completely cool with it just going through all your shit as well. Because I feel like without that, you know, she kind of is like a useless character in a lot of ways. Like, she needs that fan setup, similar to like how Blanca kind of needs the Blanca doll, and Kimberly kind of needs the spray can, like at the highest level, to really put fear in their opponent. Like when that moment is available, most players like do get cracked. I'm like one of the few that blocks Kimberly shit like pretty damn good, but it's still pretty fucking hard too, though. And I do love the character design. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to deny that. You know what I'm saying? I always thought like, I don't agree with every character. There's a lot of characters that are in Street Fighter right now that I think really hold the game back from its true potential. Like, in either they feel like too much like a clone of another character that I'd rather see, like T-Hawk, for example. I would much rather see T-Hawk. Um, like Fei Long, for example. I would also love to see Fei Long. I feel like Balrog is also kind of missing a little bit. I think like he was part of the original like roster where you were like, no, he stays. Like I don't care what game it is, he's in it. Like he's like the only fighter that throws no kicks. You know what I'm saying? But like he's a part of the shit. I love the command grab that they gave him, but I do think he has to combo it. I don't think he can have that like E Honda moment. You know what I'm saying? I think that would essentially make him maybe too good. But I'm cool with him having a command grab, absolutely. But one that he actually has to land in within a combination like Oro and Ibuki. I'm completely cool with that. I would also love for him to have a cross up. I believe he has one of these very bizarre, like untraditional cross up where you don't think like his jumping hard kick is going to cross up for whatever reason, but it just fucking does. And suddenly you lost like half your health bar because of it. I don't like shit like that though. Like I would rather it be like legitimately like he just played me like entirely. But I do love a lot of the changes they were doing with Balrog in Street Fighter V. I love that little spin he does past the projectile. Absolutely. You know, I felt like that was a good addition to the character. Absolutely. And I think his turnaround punch to be something that they have to respect with invincibility at a certain point when it has already, like, obviously been active. I don't know how else to explain it, but at some point, like, you want to, like, 100% guarantee that I don't care if it's a super, I don't care if it's an EX uppercut. No, Balrog decided to do a turnaround punch, and Balrog actually gets the turnaround punch. I think moments like that would not only allow him to be able to get in on pressure, but like it's not too overpowered, but it's a good way for him to get in like when he doesn't have meter and he doesn't necessarily have to jump either. I think he has one of the worst jumps in the games. But I also would remove the ability to neutral jump hard punch with E Honda and Balrog. I would remove that entirely. I think E Honda and Balrog should both have to clearly, I mean, correctly jump over projectiles at the right time, just like everyone else. Even reuse like spin kick, hard kick, spin kick. That's anti-projectile. I would remove that entirely as well. If they throw a projectile, they can't just spin kick over it. Not Guile, not but I would also tweak like overpowered zoners like Guile's projectiles and DJ's projectiles so that you can jump it at that mid-range like jump distance, I feel like. And like easy combo if a player tries to throw that shit out. And at close range, if they try to throw a projectile and they miss a combination, I feel like medium punch should be available at the very least. I would love if it was a hard punch, to be honest. But I would gladly accept like medium punch, drive rush into hard punch. You know what I'm saying? I might don't quote me on that for every character, but like every attack except for from what I noticed, jab goes into like sometimes it does on counter hit, but on drive rush I believe it does not for a lot of characters. I know for Blanca it does not. So like that's why I say don't quote me on it. Like a lot of these situations are very character specific, and that's how Street Fighter really has always been. Their combinations have always been like character specific and like depending at the distance that you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have to switch like at close range you could probably do any fireball that Ryu has. Light punch, medium punch, hard punch. But like at max distance, like let's say for example, max distance crouching medium kick or standing hard punch, like I know it probably would go into medium punch, but like I just use heavy punch. But like sometimes I find it easier, especially when I was like first starting out. Especially when I was first starting out, I found it easier to go like heavy punch, medium punch, fireball instead of heavy punch, fireball. Because I feel like it forces you to touch that same button so rapidly, trying to hopefully to get it instead of just like double tapping a different button or triple button, whatever you decide to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I tried to play online. No one's really playing online. Um, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Yo, I'm surprised there's not enough. There's not more bitches doing booty shaking videos to Chingy's right there and shit, bro. That shit is fire. That's like one of the hottest songs in hip hop history, no doubt. He got that all. He came out of nowhere with a home run and shit. Like I've been listening to that shit for like 2 hours and shit, 3 hours straight, and it's not even the whole song. It's like a little TikTok snippet. Like some bitch was just dancing to it, and I was like, I saved it on my songs to buy playlist, like on songs that I want to add to my playlist. Like I'm gonna call it the booty shaking playlist. Like if I'm ever with my girl or whatever. I'm single now, but like if I was ever with my girl, like that would be like the shit I put on when she came over and shit. Um, but yeah, that's it. Like I would definitely add that to the list of songs on the booty shaking playlist. It's like it just puts you in the zone to like have fun and shit. And I love songs like that. Like I don't care who really makes it. Like I'm trying to have fun when I listen to my shit. Um, okay, I'm done. That's all I wanted to do. My bad if I made the video. My bad if I made the video longer than I really wanted to. Um, I'm saying I really do appreciate a lot of the other content creators, and I feel like they should make more than they normally do. Like for example, the guy from Newswave. Like I think he's like obvious, like easily from what I remember, the first guy that was really doing it like really big and like you know what I'm saying? Like for video game news, like I love his channel, like because like I clearly remember him being like the first guy that was like, no, people really want to hear about this shit. So like I'm gonna give it to him. Like and like because of that, like I go directly to him for the kind of shit. Like if I hear some new shit in like in the video game world, I'm like, hold up, let me verify with like the bearded guy from Newswave. I'm like, I just want to make sure. Because I know like he's giving me straight facts. He might give me some opinion, you know what I'm saying? But I like that. Like you gotta respect that. Like we're all gamers at the core. Like not all of us are developers. But like a lot of us are fans, you know? And we do spend our money on it and we do appreciate the shit. There's a lot of games like I love. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to it's even hard nowadays to narrow it down to like 10 of your favorites. Now you're like, no, I need like at least 20. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm probably content with 10 if I really had to narrow it down. I mean, you would really have me like, hold up. Okay, Okami stays. Um, like Jet Set Radio, that stays. like any dope Sonic 3D game, like I would honestly probably say um like Sonic Adventure 2 I thought was the pinnacle. But like if I had to really narrow it down, I'm sure I could probably do it. But like I just like I always want like all my fighting games on like on the Switch too, like I'm literally that's just a tablet for fighting games. And I hope Tekken 8 and Tekken 7 and like maybe even the entire Tekken collection comes to the Nintendo Switch. It would be a shame to not see it on there. It really is. Like I dream of playing Tekken volleyball on the Nintendo Switch tablet and on my phone. Like I know there's developers good enough to make that a reality. And Pocket Fighter, even though I probably would have called it Street Fighter Pocket, but Pocket Fighter is dope as hell. It's in the Capcom Fighting Collection 1, not Part 2 that's about to come out this Friday, which I do highly recommend for sure. Um, just for rival schools, Project Justice or whatever the hell they call it out here in the United States. Um, I'm like, I thought they made two, but I think I could be wrong about that. I think they just called it something different in Japan. Um, I think they did make two though, because there was one that like Sakura was in it, and then there was one that I think she wasn't in it, as far as I saw. Unless maybe I just didn't unlock her. But Dark Sakura is pretty dope character as well, though. I don't agree with Sakura having a raging demon. That's outrageous. Um, but maybe a raging demon that she could combo into, I'm completely cool with that. But as for it being a command grab, same thing I say about Akuma. Akuma cannot have a command grab. I think that's really one of the reasons why he's probably the best out of all of them. It's not a guarantee that you're going to get caught by that, but like if you jump over his fireball at the wrong time, he can like legitimately catch you with that. Just like JP can legitimately catch you with that, unless you have like a level 3. And that's like a big reason why I do save those level 3s, even if it's just to be a deterrent so that the JP player does not engage me in command grab setups like he normally might try. You know what I'm saying? And you could practice all you want. I feel like I do the same thing. But I'll leave it at that. Like I didn't want to make too long of a video. Hopefully people are playing Street Fighter now. I do feel like playing Blanca right now, but I'm gonna maybe hold a casual. I'll do both ranked and casual. I can't guarantee that my casual's gonna stay open for too long because I set it to casual and ranked. And if you're a new player, don't be discouraged by any of the shit you hear me talking. I don't assume that you could hear me. Like I don't think that you're honestly listening in and like trying to hear what I say about your gameplay. I'm sorry if you get offended. I didn't think you were honestly listening. But like, believe me, we've all been there where we hit into, we played and we thought we were better than we were, and we ran into a better player that just happened to get wins on us. It happens. Like, first time I played an amazing Alex player, in Third Strike, I lost way more than I ever thought I would. Until I truly learned the matchup, and then I feel like I'm unbeatable, with against Alex in Third Strike with Ken or Ryu. I think I'm not saying it's a guarantee, there's no Alex player ever in the history of the game. I'm sure there's a lot that are very fucking good. But I look forward to it. I feel like I'm very fucking good too. But the difference is I like using the more technical characters in the game. I feel like, believe it or not, Ken and Ryu are still pretty hard to win with, especially Ryu. I feel like his combos are way harder, but when he does land them, it does a lot of fucking damage. I would maybe damage scale it just a little bit, maybe not too much, but in those combinations, and Kimberly as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to just be oh, Ryu only, but I feel like Kimberly really needs it. Those hard punch drive rush combos whereas like Ryu doesn't really need it. And that's why I kind of would do it for Ryu, whereas I wouldn't do it for Kimberly. And that's like as best as I can explain it. And I leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave it at that. I am gonna try to play again. I'm just gonna drink some water before I get on and start playing casual and ranked. I would rather play casual with a good player because we could just play back to back to back until one of us eventually gets tired or quits. And I'm cooler. I would much rather that than a ranked match, to be honest. But I don't mind playing a ranked match. But if you are gonna play a ranked match, at least be legit. Like try to pick a color that really stands out from like a white background because I feel like every player plays on the white backgrounds. And I'm sorry if you decide to play on any other stage out there, but I feel like it sucks that Ryu's fireballs and Gao's fireballs like blend in so good with white backgrounds. But if I could make one change, I would allow players to definitely for ranked and tournament be allowed to like on an all white background like training stage like this to request by tournament rules that they can change the color of the projectiles to something that's more suitable on a white background, like an all black projectile, like a silhouette projectile. It doesn't even need shading or anything else. It would be cool if they gave like those um like attention to detail where it's like they still put the hands of Ryu in the fireball. Like in HD Remix, you could clearly see that his hands are in the motion of like the shit that he's throwing at you. You know what I mean? The projectile, the Hadouken. You know what I'm saying? Hadouken, like Hadouken, right? It's Hadouken. Because in the original game, the Japanese called it Hadouken. So I call it Hadouken. I just go with what the fuck they call it, Hadouken. I guess that's what it is. But I'll leave it at that, man. Um, yeah, please, Capcom. I would love to see a physical release for Mega Man Cross Street Fighter. I would have gladly bought that day one on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch, no doubt about it. I think that's easily if I didn't love X4 so much, I would eat. It was kind of heartbreaking to see that Zero was not in Mega Man Cross Street Fighter. Like it's a shame because like I thought he was way cooler than Mega Man. Like he was dope as shit. Like I was just like I dream I have like fantasies of seeing players do like speed runs with Zero in Mega Man X4. Like I just want to see how outrageously fast they can do it. Um but yeah, like it was a real shame that Mega Man Cross Street Fighter did not get a public like release that like it did. I mean like they didn't sell it. Like it wasn't a commodity. And it's a shame. Like I really honestly thought that was one of the best Mega Man games of all time. And it was unfortunate that I couldn't enjoy it on a traditional controller without using like some like freeware like adapter thing that like made my screen into like a keyboard, like a fake digital keyboard that I could assign functions on my controller with. Like that was just way too much to do. If like I don't know how else to explain it, but like I felt like it was way too many additional steps. Like when TikTok was like about to get got banned, and people were like, "Yo, like bro, like no, all you got like women were the first to be like, no, you got to get a VPN. Like don't worry, I got you. VPN, like turn off your Wi-Fi, change your location, turn your Wi-Fi back on." And I was like, what? I was like, Doug, I don't know how to do all that. Like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to right now? Like you really assume I can do all that? Like, if I plug the shit, if the shit don't work, I just stop playing. I give Optimum Online like about, which I do believe is the best internet I've ever had. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I use their fiber internet. I think it's incredible. I'm not just like some paid advertisement. Like I legitimately think it's the best internet I ever had. But I always thought they were good ever since back before when they were like Cablevision and shit. I assume that's the same company. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But I thought they were them. I thought in this area they changed their name like 3 times. And I'm a huge fan. You know what I'm saying? I prefer to use the 5G. I only use my home internet for gaming. That's like literally it. But like, I love Optimum. Like, you have to have it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you like gaming, you have to have it. If you're a fan of video games, you have to have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's essential. Like, you can't play video games online. Like, I almost feel like playing my boy in Call of Duty remastered, Modern Warfare 1 remastered. But I would buy Modern Warfare 3 remastered, like whatever it's called, Modern Warfare 3, which is really just kind of Modern Warfare 2 remastered with a new storyline and additional maps, which I find is even better than the original. They remastered part 2, right? I thought that shit was fire too, though. I love that game. I'm not that good at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not that good at it, but I still have fun playing and like proving I can like destroy the dope players out there. Sometimes they wipe their ass with me. I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes I keep going back to the same spot, and he's like 10 feet over here now instead, and now he's like laying on the ground instead of just standing, and like he just like literally wipes his ass with me. And I'm like, okay, when I come back and I find you laying on the ground, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And then I go back in the room, and like he's not there, but he left a grenade for me and shit. And I'm like, yo, like that shit's like, I love that they play like that. I wish I was that good. Like I feel like I can never be that dope. Like Gears is different. Gears, I know for a fact I was dope. But like Call of Duty, man, Call of Duty's hard as fuck. Like I always love Call of Duty, but it is hard as fuck to beat the better players out there. And it's a shame. It really is because like I would love to play that shit more on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave it at that. All right, I'm gonna end it there. I do. You might if I host a casual, I'll host a casual right now to make it easy for players to find me, dog. Um, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind. Like everyone knows like my name and shit. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna deny who I am and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna like I don't care. Oh my god, you found me. Oh my god. Um, but what was I going to say? Absolutely. I'll host the casual. I'll play. I feel like playing Ken, Blanca, or Dulcim. To be honest, I like to play my Dulcim like frequently, so like I can stay like polished with him because I do feel he is probably the most slept on character in the entire game. As long as you can remember to do crouching medium punch at mid range and nothing else. And the best part about it, don't just throw it out. Throw it out when you know you could throw it out. But if they try to jump, back medium punch works amazingly well as an anti-air. Ever since the original like games, it always worked amazingly well. And back hard kick as well works amazingly well, but only at the tip of the knee. Like if you're at that distance where you feel if you extend that back hard kick and his knee is going to be hitting the dude like straight up, like by the time they get there with the jump kick, you can like counter hit them with that as well. I don't honestly recommend it because it's not as good because it takes way longer to start up, but it does have like its effective range as an anti-air as well. I feel like there's not too many Dawson players in modern Street Fighter that ever use it, but if you go back to like their original games, like it's a very like way more effective than it is in Street Fighter 6 for sure. No doubt about it. But yeah, Dulcim and Blanca are probably the two of the most slept on characters because they really don't have to deal with drive impact. Don't quote me on that. There might be when you're exhausted that, you get caught in a setup, because I've seen other dudes talking about it. I've also seen it with my own eyes. Players do that to me. So, like, don't quote me on that. Do your research. But the reason I say that is because Blanca's hop kick, which is like forward 2 kick, which used to be forward 3 kick in the original games, which was way harder to do on controller, especially online. And Blanca's teleport, do forward teleport, which is forward 3 punch. Don't do forward 3 kick. Even though it is a teleport, you're going to end up in front of them. So if you're in the corner and you try to do it, you're still going to get hit by drive impact. But if you do forward 3 punch, it's teleport behind your opponent. You basically get a free combo for them just doing drive impact. Same thing with Blanca as well. Most high level players are going to probably avoid it now that they know. But guess what? That's even better for me. Now they're not going to throw drive impact out. Now that's one less thing I got to worry about. So the game keeps on getting interesting and evolving because of these like specific situations that really define what the game really is. But yeah, I do feel like playing online. I don't know what my gamer tag shows up is in Capcom Fighting Network. I feel like Street Fighter has had way better netcode ever since Street Fighter 5. And I'm very happy about that. Ever since Street Fighter 4, PlayStation 4. Like when I'm live streaming, I don't think my system should talk with me at all. Unless, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't want to disable it so that you can't use it. I like that it's there. But, like, as for bringing up other games and shit and other suggestions and recommendations, I would disable that. But I would not disable the ability to voice command your system and say, like, record my last match. Like, if I got a loss, like against Rashid, I lost the other day against a real good Rashid player. What was I going to say? He destroyed my Blanca. I'm not going to deny that. Will it happen when I play offline? I don't know about all that. Is he still good? Probably offline. He probably is. But like, will he completely and like destroy and annihilate my Blanca? I don't think he'll like annihilate it, but like it's possible with Rashid that you get perfected. Like good players just understand that against a real good Ryu or Ken, like don't be surprised, and Kimberly as well. Don't be surprised, especially early on, when you get perfected by like E Honda and Ryu and like Ken. Don't be discouraged. Believe me, we've all been perfected by these characters. Some of them are completely fucking broken, but that's part of what makes the game a lot more interesting deep down at its core. And like, I think in a lot of ways, the developers are right. You know what I'm saying? I do agree with a lot of the decisions they make. It does make a lot of sense, but there's some of them that like I feel like could make a lot more sense because they're obviously talented enough to make it a reality. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, I would change it so that maybe I would make it so that Blanca's command grab guarantees that they can throw a doll out. I think it already does. As far as I know, with the light punch, I don't think it makes a difference. I always do light punch just in case I make a mistake. Usually at the range I'm doing it, most certainly my opponent cannot counter me with a standing jab at that range or a crouching jab. Very unlikely because I'm like almost certainly always, usually, not always, usually, depending on my opponent, usually doing it at max distance. I wouldn't recommend doing it at max distance, especially even you could do it on any character, but you could not charge the electricity like right away either, though. You know what I'm saying? Unless you drive impact them into the wall, like, and get a free combo opportunity. That's the only opportunity to do it. So yeah, yeah, like I said, I didn't want to make the video too long.